is aged person, aged parent, is a good thing to give thanks to God. And when God has done anything for you, not even about burial alone, anything that God does, it's good to give thanks to God. And the Bible made us understand that when we do that, God multiplies his blessing, multiplies the testimony of people who give thanks to the Lord. And it's a good thing for us to always do.
In her remarks, Okinlu Amunisade Afuye thanked Ekiti people for their support during the celebration of their departed mother. She thanked Governor Oyebanji for the support given to her and cautioned political appointees against disloyalty that could undermine their reputation.
I thank God for the success of my mommy's burial. I'm so excited and grateful the way the Ekiti people turned out to celebrate my mother. I pray that all of us shall be celebrated in Jesus' name. My boss, he has been kind to me, he has been good to me, he understands me, and the way he's relating with me, it seems that I'm his sister.
Olori Adegboye died on February 18, 2025 at the age of 97. Adedayo Adele reporting.
Ahead of the 2026 state governorship election, political leaders, stakeholders and members of the All Progressive Congress APC have concluded plans for a mega endorsement for Governor Biodun Oyebanji and his deputy Okinlu Amunisade Afuye for a second term in office. The chairman state endorsement committee for Bao and Tinubu, Chief Abiodun Aluko, gave the information at a press conference in Ado, said that the present administration must not be interrupted for good governance to continue. BSS reporter Dayo Adele again has the details.
Chief Aluko, while addressing journalists, cited the administration's achievements in infrastructure, education, healthcare, human capital development, and the governor's inclusive leadership as reasons for their decision.
In Ekiti State, of course, you don't need to be told. Even nearly every sector. You talk of teachers, you talk of pensioners, you talk of public servants, you talk of farmers, you talk every sector of the society in Ekiti State has at one time or the other endorsed the governor of Ekiti State for second term. And there is no community, there is no local government in Ekiti State that you cannot, that you will not see the effect of what Bao is doing in Ekiti State.
He announced that the mega endorsement would take place on the 23rd of this month at the Ekiti Parako Pavilion in Ado Ekiti.
We are endorsing Bao for second term, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for second term, and both will be unveiled on the 23rd of this month at the Ekiti Kete Pavilion along New Inyi Road.
Chief Aluko also commended President Bola Tinubu for transforming the nation's economy, saying he deserved a second term.
Like the adage, a good turn deserves another. We believe that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should be given a second term, and all the stakeholders, including the caucus of APC in Ekiti State, headed by Otumbani Yaribayo and former Governor Fayemi, and all the leaders of APC had at the caucus meeting endorsed President Ahmed Bola Tinubu for second term, as well as Bao for second term as well. What we are witnessing in Nigeria today, well, we thank God that we have somebody like Tinubu, or else the situation would have been much, much worse.
On the newly formed coalition of opposition parties under the African Democratic Congress ADC, Chief Aluko has this to say.
To the best of my knowledge as a person, is dead on arrival. ADC does not exist in Ekiti State. And you know it yourself. Ekiti is virtually a one-party state. PDP, well, and you all know that PDP is in the ICU in Ekiti State. And we don't know who and who will go to ADC and give us any headache in Ekiti.
He commended the governor for his exemplary leadership and the visible development across the state. Adedayo Adele reporting.
Ekiti state government has advocated a strategic approach to migration from an open dump site to a sustainable waste management practices as it moves towards turning waste into wealth. This plan was revealed by the technical advisor to the governor on AGs and land management and Southern Coordinator of UN Habitat Nigeria, Mr. Olusomi Akintobi, at the Data Validation and Stakeholders Forum on Waste-Wise Cities 2 survey held at the Conference Hall, Governor's Office in Ekiti. Government House reporter Toba Babalola has the details.
The forum was at the instance of Governor Biodun Oyebanji's approach to the United Nations Habitat, which necessitated a data survey for Ado Metropolis as a case study on waste collection, dump sites, recovery facilities to engender development. The technical advisor, EGIS and land management, Mr. Akintobi, said the forum was part of government's move to validate the results phantom through a wise city survey on how municipal waste was being treated from the collection points to the disposal points. According to him, data were collected from about 90 households, recovery facilities and dump sites in the capital city, with statistics of collected and uncollected wastes identified and recommendations made.
30% of our waste does not get to the dump site. So where are they? If they are not where they are supposed to, they are somewhere, maybe in the drains, in the river. You know, this is one of the problems. Another problem that is identified is that we have much of film plastic. Those plastic is a problem, because if you even go to the dump sites, you see heaps of them. And why is it like that? It's because there's no market.
Also, the technical advisor to the governor on green economy and ecological matters, Dr. Akinyemi Akinyugba, explained that Governor Oyebanji's data-centric approach was to reorganize the waste management sector for optimal service delivery. He explained that about 206 municipal tons of waste were being generated in Ekiti and suburbs, with half of kilogram of waste being generated per person in a day.
One of the streams of that project was trying to reorganize the waste sector. If you understand the way the waste sector works, you understand that waste is just not a problem of going to people's houses and facilities and collecting rubbish. There's a lot of urban development issues that impact on waste collection. So if we are trying to solve urban development problems, you need to also think about the things that arise from urban development, one of which is waste management.
Mr. Akinyugba called on residents to support Governor Oyebanji's drive at ensuring a clean, safe and hygienic environment with attitudinal change in waste disposal to prevent flooding and epidemics. The Director General, State Waste Management Authority, Mr. Olasukomi Onikpede, enumerated Governor Oyebanji's intervention in the waste management sector to ensure a safer environment and stressed that the database would attract investment donors, especially waste recyclers, to the state. Toba Babalola reporting.
The ex-state governor, Mr. Biodun Oyebanji, will tomorrow swear in Justice Lekan Ogumboye as the new chief judge of the state, following his confirmation by the House of Assembly. The ceremony will take place at the Conference Hall, Governor's Office in Ekiti by 2 in the afternoon. Guests and government functionaries are to be seated by 1:30 for the swearing-in. Ogumboye was appointed the acting chief judge of the state in November last year. President Bola Tinubu, I beg your pardon, President Bola Tinubu has promised to eliminate all barriers stalling Nigerian agricultural potential, especially in livestock production, in a push towards food sovereignty and global export. Tinubu made the promise during a bilateral meeting with Brazilian President Lula da Silva. He said that excessive bureaucracy had delayed progress in agriculture. Tinubu assured Brazil that all technical bottlenecks will be removed to fast-track trade, energy, mining, and agricultural cooperation. The National Assembly says that it will transmit the report of the ongoing constitutional review to 36 state assemblies before December. The leader of the Senate, zonal chairman of the 1999 Constitution, Senator Opeyemi Bamidele, made the statement at the conclusion of the two-day zonal public hearing on the review of the 1999 Constitution in Lagos. He challenged all stakeholders with special requests to engage and lobby their state assembly. Senator Bamidele said that the constitutional review was not a jamboree, contrary to some dissenting views across the federation. Ebonyi State Governor Francis Owifuru has called for rotation of the Nigerian presidency among the 6 geopolitical zones in the country for equity and fairness. Owifuru, who described the constitutional review as a necessity, also sought creation of additional states in the southeast region to address the imbalance in the geopolitical structure. This is the broadcasting service of Ekiti State.
Admission has commenced in Venate University, Ilorin Ekiti for the 2024-2025 academic session. Courses available in the management announcer.
You're welcome back. For news, information, or comment, you can join our live streaming on our Facebook page at Ekiti State Radio. You can also like and share our page. The suspended senator representing Kogi Central Senatorial District in the National Assembly, Natasha Akpoti-Uduak, has told her supporters that she would resume her legislative duties in the Red Chamber on Tuesday. She expressed gratitude to her supporters following a favorable court judgment that reaffirmed her position in the Senate. Justice Binta Nyako, in a ruling at the Federal High Court in Abuja, declared that the 6-month suspension slammed on Natasha was excessive, unconstitutional, and an infringement on the right of her constituents. The Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) has threatened a nationwide mass action over the deepening cost of living crisis, escalating insecurity, and coordinated attacks on workers' rights, rising from its Central Working Committee meeting held in Abeokuta, Ogun State. NLC said that the hardship faced by workers and the poor welfare had reached intolerable level and immediate action must be taken to avert a national breakdown. The Association of the Nigerian Private Medical Practitioners has called on President Bola Tinubu to urgently intervene in the nation's health sector. The association raised the alarm over an imminent crisis in the nation's health sector following a 21-day ultimatum issued by the Nigerian Medical Association to the federal government. Billionaire Elon Musk has announced the formation of the American Party, a new political party to challenge the two dominant parties in the country. The feud between President Donald Trump and his former ally Musk has taken new twist. The unstrong alliance between Trump and Musk began to fracture after Trump signed his self-styled Big Beautiful Bill into law. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has announced plans to send a negotiating team to Qatar for talks on a Gaza ceasefire proposal as Israeli forces continue to bombard Palestinian enclave, killing at least 78 people in the past 24 hours. Netanyahu's office said that the team would travel to the Qatari capital Doha after the Israeli leader instructed negotiators to accept the invitation for close talks. And Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is visiting the United States tomorrow. A visit analysts expect will focus on celebrating Israel and the U.S. self-anointed victory over Iran and discussing a proposal for a ceasefire in Israel war on Gaza. This is the third time this year Netanyahu will be meeting U.S. President. Trump claimed that the U.S. and Israel obliterated Iran's nuclear program during a 12-day war and that it will resume bombing if Iran restart nuclear activities. Last week, Trump said that Israel had agreed to condition for a 60-day ceasefire in Gaza, which will allow all work towards an end to Israel's 21-month-long war on the besieged enclave. United States President Donald Trump says that Iran has not agreed to inspection of its nuclear program or not giving up enriching uranium. Trump said that he will discuss Iran with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, where he visited the White House tomorrow, where a potential ceasefire is expected to top the agenda. The president said that he will not allow Tehran to use a nuclear program, adding that Iranian officials wanted to meet with him. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has announced plans to send a negotiating team to Qatar for talks on the Gaza ceasefire proposal as Israel continued to bombard Palestinian enclave, killing at least 78 people in the past 24 hours. Netanyahu's office said that the team would travel to Qatari capital Doha after the Israeli leader instructed negotiators to accept the invitation for close talks. United States President Donald Trump says that Iran has not agreed to inspection of its nuclear program or not giving up enriching uranium. Trump said that he will discuss Iran with Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. To end the BSS news and report here again at the main point. We told you that a cleric, Pastor Labode Awe, has called on Nigerians to seek more divine intervention over various challenges in the country. You also heard that Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan has promised to resume legislative duties after court verdict on Tuesday. It was in the bulletin that the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, has cried out over rising poverty and insecurity in the country. And finally, on the foreign scene, billionaire Elon Musk has formed a new political party in the United States. And before we go this evening, a message for you. Pray for the peace and progress of the state and Nigeria at large. And that's the BSS News report as put together by the production team and edited by Abiodun Omodara. I am Abimbola Adegboyega. Good evening.
Ekiti FM 91.5, the pride of radio broadcasting.